looks cheap. It feels cheap. But enough with the specs. Let's see what I actually accomplished with this camera in the wild with some Fuji 200 that I threw in here, which cost infinitely more than I paid for the camera.
Fuji Film 200. This is the type of film you would have used with a camera like this. You know, sort of point and shoot stuff. Well, let's see. It goes in there. Okay, that's simple enough. And it goes into the just like a normal SLR 35mm camera. Okay, take the lead, my friend. Take it. It's yours. There we go. Point at something and shoot it. I'm close to a tourism spot here. I'm in Franschhoek currently, and let's see what we can get.
Well, let's start with the way that most people would try and shoot a camera like that, and that's center framing. And yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with that as a first frame. I'm quite happy with that flare. I really do like it. At this point I realized that this camera is actually quite fun for urban photography. It's auto focus, exposure, and then also 38mm being a very usable focal length for this type of photography. And here I submit the ultimate proof that this camera is indeed very easy to use, as you can drink a beer and take a picture at the same time.
I must say, shooting that little Tudor is fun. It's a little bit like shooting a cell phone, I suppose. It's focus free, auto exposure, except if you're in a slightly darker area, you need to switch on the flash. That's about it. But it is fun. It definitely does remind me of being a teenager with a point-and-shoot camera.
Now the following shots is where I realized, once I had the scans in hand, that this camera can actually be used to take some really great shots. I actually love these images. The subject is obviously enormously helpful with making it a nice image, but if your camera cannot deliver on a nice subject, it's useless. In this case, it's very useful.
And here I am again after a job. I'm in Langebaan on the west coast of South Africa. I just shot some interiors here. And just before I head home, I thought, let me just go make a turn at the beach. There's a big natural lagoon here, and thought I'd take a couple of minutes and take out the little two-door point and shoot and see what happens.
In all honesty, what could I do more with a 30 or 40mm lens on a SLR?
This can be a challenging one for this poor light meter. Let's see what it can do.
Light meter delivered. There's detail everywhere, and the scans are dense enough for these images.
Well, if I was a tourist using this camera, I would just point it that direction, and I'm pretty sure the camera would sort out the rest. Let's hope.
and our hope was rewarded. If this was indeed the 80s, that sign would be about windsurfing, but as it is not, that's kite surfing. And a nice image. I really do love that image. This image is pure nostalgia for me. As I grew up on the West Coast, just north of here, those were the subject matter I tackled with my little point and shoot when I was 16, 14, 15 years old. I'm not a fan of stopping next to busy highways, or roads at least, but this is just a scene that I saw this morning coming this way, and luckily the sun is still good for it, and that's the scene behind me. Can't believe I'm using a point and shoot to shoot this beautiful scene, but hey. These 10-15 minute excursions that I take after shoots when I'm in nice locations or in just any location, I have my film cameras with me. It does me the absolute world of good. So if you're a creative professionally, you know the challenges of basically you're just producing content on demand. I don't even like the word content, but you produce, you know, stuff on demand to other people's specifications. You're meeting briefs. It's not always even creative. It's just, you know, you just do the work. When I'm shooting, like on the beach, my mind is not occupied with serious things. I become very much present. I think being in the moment, you know, mindful, that whole thing. It's very easy for me when I have a film camera to be like that. I'm on my way to the lab because I've got like 2 or 3 shots left, and I just stopped by a local park and dam to see if I can just fire off 1 or 2 more pics. That concludes this roll of film, but yeah, let's give it a rewind and take it to the lab. There is really no point in me recommending this camera because you are unlikely to find one, or if you do, maybe under a different name, well, which in that case that's great. So what is this? It's a Tudor XL-50 focus-free camera. It has a 38mm lens, f4 maximum aperture. It has a CDS light meter, ISO or ASA options for 100, 200 and 400, and it has a flash that you can switch on if you deem it necessary, and it has a flash charge indicator. The viewfinder is actually quite nice with parallax markings and frame lines. You see, the flash is ready again. It uses 2 A4 batteries and it uses 135 format film, so normal 35mm. And was manufactured in Taiwan. It is also completely constructed of plastic. I suspect that lens might be glass. If I look at the styling, it suggests to me that this is a camera from the 1980s. It has a tripod socket. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and you can open and close the lens like that. That's basically on and off for the camera. It won't work if you have that closed. And that is it. The only mention of this camera I can literally find anywhere is on a sales listing here in South Africa for a camera like this with a box. Tudor is actually a full manufacturer in the UK with absolutely no mention of these specific cameras on their website or any history that I tried to find. My suspicion is that this camera was white label manufactured or licensed under the Tudor name to the South African distributor for the local market. Some cheap point and shoot cameras like this one is indeed worth a try. I had way more fun, and it is way better quality than I could ever imagine. Anyways, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.